There's a time when the world is at its quietest, when shadows stretch long and sleep is just out of reach. It's the hour of restless souls, of whispered stories, of thoughts too much for the daylight. Welcome to Hour of the Wolf, where we dive into the stories that keep you awake. When hearts beat and the wolves prowl. The family, the community, the truths about being in a wolf pack. Stay with us if you dare. They call it the Hour of the Wolf.
Oh, we're live, everybody. We are live on a Monday afternoon.
Good evening, everybody, on a Monday.
And for the Star Wars fans out there, this is just to piss Darren off. Happy Revenge of the 5th.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah. So when you get to your age, is it like a real like fight between people, like Star Trek versus Star Wars?
No, I don't know if anybody anybody actually watch Star Trek. I don't know.
I don't think anybody actually ever watched Star Trek. You know what I'm saying?
I know my dad used to read the books. I remember I watched the movies, but no, I don't mind. I don't mind Star Wars. I can remember I saw dating myself there. I saw Empire Strikes Back in the theater, and I can remember sitting. I went with my mom and our neighbor up the street, and one of the local newscasters was sitting in the row behind us, and I can remember the neighbor lady just trying to hit on him the entire movie.
Oh, jeez. Basically thought he was Han Solo, huh? Jeez.
Mm-hmm. Hey, check them out. Look at that.
Yeah,
look at the new Hour of the Wolf podcast hats.
Got mine in the mail today. Perfect timing.
Yeah. Thank you to Dan over at Bearded Death and Skull Pile for getting those to us. Looking good.
Speaking of Bearded
Beans
Death.
needs one. Speaking of, look at that.
Still had that there, yeah.
Yep.
Shekel 15 to say 15% off your Bearded Death order.
Look at that. How was your weekend, Louis?
It was a busy weekend, on call, typical work mumbo jumbo.
Mm-hmm.
We had a pump on the fritz, so tend to that.
One of the reasons we postponed last night, because you knew you might be on call for it.
Yep, definitely was. Just one of those things. It's actually like disgusting because we have there's a screen that separates, what goes into the system, what doesn't. But man, I bet I pulled at least a wheelbarrow full of flushable wipes, and I definitely seen a toy in there. I didn't grab it.
Toy like?
No, it was actually a kid toy.
What's the most unusual thing you found in that filter up to this point? I know you're still relatively new at the city here, but
so far, so we have an active filter that separates, it's like a big auger, and it separates as it goes through. I'm sure Brock could tell you, who's the actual waste plant manager who's been there, but the weirdest thing I've seen so far was a rock, like a full rock, like somebody flushed a rock down a toilet.
So we need a midsummer podcast where we just have sewer departments on there and we can talk about shit that people flush.
Yeah, we could do that. Brock could go on. He's a big nerd.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, the flushful wipes, man. if we have 23 people here watching, hopefully 23 people have liked the stream already. Hopefully 23 people have subscribed. And Ken will tell you what the rule is. Yeah, Ken will also tell you what the rule is. All these people here joining, 20 likes equals a song at the end. And all 24 of you guys right now do not flush flushable wipes. They do not belong in the sewer system. Thank you. It's your PD.
Even though they say flushable on them, they do not.
Your PSA for today is do not flush your flushable wipes.
All right.
Yeah, how was your weekend otherwise?
It's pretty good. My youngest turned 21 on Saturday, so we spent the weekend celebrating him pretty much. That was fun. He had his first drink ever this weekend.
That boy, Max.
One.
So the picture that you posted at the NFL draft with your son, that was just a soda pop, or
it was water. It was a Busch Light. It was just a can of water. You're welcome, Beans. So yeah, he's that was good. He went out with his boys on Saturday night. Took him out for a lunch and drinks on Saturday afternoon. We were supposed to go golfing. Him and I were supposed to go golfing on Friday, but it was just pouring out, and all the golf courses weren't allowing carts, and I'm too fucking old to walk on a golf course. So I don't know if that is I'm too old. I'm too lazy.
Yeah. Well, anybody, I did hear on the Bill Michaels show, if anybody from Wisconsin is listening, the Bill Michaels Open is in Viroqua this year, and there's one spot open for a foursome. So if anybody is a golfer out there, spot open. Yeah.
I think that could be a Wisconsin meetup. You don't golf, do you?
I do golf. I'm not good at it, and I do know the people that might win. The buddy of mine is one of my guy I work with. One of his buddies. He is. If he had a couple sponsors, he could actually go on the Pro-Am tours. He's really good. He's signed up, so he'll probably win that. But then again, too, there's teams from all over. Teams from Minnesota coming over. They filled up. Like they were completely full for like 3 weeks. And
so this is kind of a real tournament.
This is
not just a bunch of scrubs running around after a ball and get drunk.
No, there's just a real competition at this thing.
Damn it! Yeah, well, that's not me.
But anybody's out there who wants to come, bring a foursome up to Viroqua. One spot opened up. I'm not sure if they filled it yet or not, but as of Bill Michaels ends at 2, so as of 2:00, it hasn't filled up yet. I usually listen to Bill before I listen to Jim Rome.
Anybody who's never been to that part of Wisconsin, do not miss that part of Wisconsin. You will never see more beautiful country in the entire world.
God's country.
It's beautiful over there. Whole area. I live on the other side of the state, so it's a lot for me to say that. It's practically Minnesota.
I should say your side. You guys, you're not like totally flat because like once you guys get like towards like where Ken lives, there's a lot of hills and shit that way. But that and you got the whole Sturgeon Bay area, Door County. You're all right there. I'm jealous of that. I would love to go that way more often.
It's nice up there. There's too many damn fibs, but
you get that everywhere. You should come here when trout season opens up, but it's just as bad. That whole remember we took you down that county road? I shit you not. It's not car to car, but I bet you there's like 75 cars there, all Illinois plates, just lined up in a creek catching trout.
The chat is popping right now. There is a lot going on. Good evening, everybody. We got a little representation from everybody. Beans, Jason 10 in Outer Space. Yeah, that's a good movie. Maybe on Leprechaun 4. Junkyard Dog. Notorious is in there. My boy Barra from Nevada is in here. Dino, little Minnesota representing.
Chris, Shadow Seekers.
Chris from Shadow Seekers. Watched your show a bit last night, Chris. Thanks. That was a good show. Smokey's in here from New Jersey. Fantastic.
Ben from Wisconsin's in here.
Nice looking group. Look at everybody in there. Just a chat. Just got patched in today. Cody, that is a Wisconsin boy right there. That is, it's not Patrick, which he's not Patrick. He's actually Cody.
Welcome in, Cody. Congratulations.
Yes, he just patched in for Wisconsin today.
Ant from Alabama. Yeah, I
So,
even freaking hopped into the chat last Sunday, hoping that I would catch the slacker that we keep on talking about Ken in there, just to give him some shit. He was in there muted, and then the Christian hops in. I bet I talked to Christian for a good hour last week after the show.
those guys are great. They keep that
They
keep that video call going all day long. Ken, Don, Thor, Bob from Kentucky, hip hop. Those guys keep that thing rolling all day long. I know I'm missing a few that are in there all day long, but Dylan,
What's the
Jones.
score? What's the score, Barrett Fawcett? He passed out. Anyways, so welcome to the mother. So this is our salute to mom, everybody.
Salute to mom.
Podcast is called Mom, I'm Coming Home, paying homage to the great Ozzy Osbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot, I was going to mention too. Today is Bill Ward's birthday today, Black Sabbath. Happy birthday,
Ooh.
Bill Ward.
Fantastic.
Cinco de Mayo, Bill Ward's birthday, and then obviously our salute to mom.
And salute to mom. Salute to mom. In case you guys haven't noticed this yet, we've named all of our podcasts after fantastic metal and rock songs. So kind of keeping that theme going. Obviously, Mama, I'm Coming Home. So what do we got here, Louie? We got anybody coming on the show tonight?
We do. We have a special guest, and we're going to bring her on right now. So everybody put your hands together for my mom, Teresa Schreier.
Mama Louie.
All right.
How's it going?
Oh, hello.
Hello. Thanks for having me on. I guess I hope I can entertain the crowd or whatever the questions are.
We have a very the crowd we carry, they're very easily entertained.
Okay,
Very
good.
easy.
Believe it or not, Don from Michigan, you could put a chrome ball out in front of him, and he'd be entertained for hours.
We've probably lost them already to a fur ball or something. That's
Probably squirrel ran past the window.
Mama Louie has been helping us the past 2 or 3 years wrapping gifts. Every year when we meet over by Louie's house to wrap gifts before our annual donation that we do every year in Wisconsin. She's been participating and helping with us every year we've done it so far to help out at the end there. So thank you for that, of course.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to help out. It's a good cause.
It is.
It's just fun to hang out with everybody, right? And that's the biggest part of it, is just hanging out with each other. Just racing, doing good stuff. It's fun.
Yep.
And then getting told I can't rap.
So let's hear a little something about Louie. Tell us. Now, Louie's, he's the middle, right? You have an older and
He's the oldest.
Oh, you're
He's
the
oldest.
oldest.
He's the oldest of my 3 boys.
Give us a little something about Louie that most people don't know. Something that might.
Louie seems to always get, I don't know. He's a fidgeter. I suppose maybe. Do you guys all know he's a fidgeter? But he just seems to always get things that I don't know have a recourse. So like, I guess thinking of stories, but like one was I had just gotten this new umbrella, and Eric, my youngest son, had a baseball tournament in lacrosse, and it was raining, so we needed the umbrella. And we jumped into the family van, and we took off. And of course, what did Luke grab? He grabs the new umbrella. And so we're driving along, and he pushes the eject button because it shoots out first before it opens up. And it smashes into my windshield. And my windshield breaks. He breaks my windshield as we're driving to the baseball tournament. And he looks at me like I'm going to yell at him. And all I could do is turn and look at him and just start laughing, because it's like, it shit happens, right? And I just can't believe that this happened. Anyway, we named the umbrella Chuck Norris after that. Because it busted my windshield. But, yeah.
Yeah,
He's just always had a knack for getting like his fingers stuck in a VCR or his head stuck in a railing at the mall in Kansas City, or just a lot of just things happen.
I always fidget with something. Like I always fidgeting with something. Oh,
I didn't know that. I've never noticed that.
Mhm.
that's real. Like I'm jealous. Like because like the kids now they have like the fidget spinners and shit like that. Like we didn't have that as kids. I always have something. I'm always fucking around with something. Like just
Yeah.
good or bad. You know what I mean? Good or bad.
We got a note in here from Ken, one of our Wisconsin guys, because your son Louis was the man responsible for getting Ken into this club. And
Okay.
he thanks Louis here right there. He brought me into this amazing brotherhood almost 3 years ago. Thank you, Louis and Mama Louis, for raising an amazing son. So
That was nice.
that's from Ken.
Thank you, Ken. Ken was there when we wrapped presents this year too, Mom. You remember Ken?
Yes, he was. Yeah, that's right. He came over with us. He came
All right.
rode over there with me.
Sure. Nice.
He would have been the scary guy who looked like he was ready to cut down a tree.
He always looks like he's ready to cut down the tree.
He does. He does.
He's
That's part of his appeal. Part of his appeal.
why he's around, yeah.
Mhm.
You got any other good stories, Bob?
Can you think of any? Oh, just when they were little, Luke loved to search for. He hated spiders, but he was on a mission to go around the house looking for spiders. I don't know why he did it since he hated spiders, but he was just attracted to searching out spiders and just doing things like that. I don't know.
It's actually I still catch myself doing shit like that. And just to reframe on that, one of my most popular like algorithm my phone knows. I will like literally sit in bed at night and I'll scroll through like tarantula videos. Just to me, it's entertaining. I think they're great. I and I hate them. I don't want anyone. I would go to a pet store to buy one to smash one. You know what I mean? I don't have any love for 8-legged creatures at all. But it's like the number one thing on my phone where I will literally scroll through. I think they're cool. I just don't want it's one of those things where like I love to like watch nature, but like, I do not want them near me.
Yeah.
But little known fact, Mom just retired actually last week. Mom.
Congratulations!
2 weeks ago.
Mom, 2 weeks ago, Mom officially retired.
Yeah.
Now you guys just got some property up north as well, didn't you? Louis has been helping you get a cabin or a trailer set up.
Camper. Yeah, we have a camper up on a permanent site up in Holcomb area.
Okay.
So yeah, but it does have a guest house or whatever, a guest bedroom that is not attached to the camper. So yeah, that's where Luke and Casey enjoy hanging out when they come to visit us. So yeah. And it needs to be, resided. The inside needs to be resided. So
yeah, we picked all that lumber up today though. So the project soon to be done.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you are also now a newly minted grandmother as well, are you not? Wyatt has a I'm going to screw it up. Was it a baby boy or a baby girl? I don't remember.
Little girl named Lily. Lillian Wren. And both Wyatt and Lily share their birthday, May 16th. And so, she's going to be 1 year old coming up.
She's going to be one coming up in
another month or another week. Yeah.
Yep. And believe it or not, Lily's 1 year old and she talks more than Wyatt.
I do believe that. I've known Wyatt for 3 years now, and I can count on 2 hands the amount of words he said to me, and that was with hanging out with him a couple of days.
yeah. I think Wyatt. I think he said maybe 8 words the entire time in the Badger game, and it was you dumb fuckers.
Probably
every
about
single time. You dumb fucks, you fucking idiots.
That's right. I forgot he was we went to the Badger game with us, didn't he? That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
So is being a grandmother as much as exciting or more it's probably easier than being a mom because you can pass them off when you're all done with them. But is that I don't even know, maybe where I'm going with it. Try to put into words what being a grandma is like as opposed to being a mom, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, I guess, how they always say, well, if you bring them over, they aren't staying usually. They're not going to stay. But anyway, but Lily, she's a wonderful little girl. Kate and Wyatt, they kind of, adopted this new regimen of, raising their baby under kind of a strict nap times and all this stuff. So, I mean, they were really stringent on how much, like, even if we're going to have a family get together, it's like, did it fit into the nap time for Lily and stuff? So, we probably didn't see her as much as we could have maybe during the first year, but, they had their structure they were living by. And, but anyway, Lily, she's a wonderful little girl and growing up fast now, and definitely getting to see her more because they're getting outside of that window where now she only has one nap time a day, during the day, and she's definitely a lot more busy girl. Not quite walking, but she's getting there.
Not far away.
She just doesn't have her confidence.
How was Louis as a kid? Was he rambunctious? Was he, besides being fidgety, was he a troublemaker? Did he get himself into a lot of trouble? Did he cause a lot of trouble? Was he?
I was a bastard.
You're a bastard now, but
yeah, he was. I guess being a new mom, I guess he was a good baby. I mean, I can't complain. I know. I went back. I think. Gosh, I'm trying to think. When he was born, I might have taken 6 weeks off from work or something. I don't know what it was. I know I didn't take a full 8. And Tom's sister Amy came over to the house and babysat that summer for us because she was in college. And nobody ever complained that my mom enjoyed, watching him and stuff too. So everybody seemed to enjoy him. I can't think of any problems other than I was a bad mom when he was a baby. I had to go show him off at my home parish. They always had this strawberry festival or whatever it was, and there was a volleyball tournament going on. And being a new mom, I had him out in the sun too long, and I burned his
peanut gallery.
Oh my gosh, he had I don't know what degree burns on your face. He got a really bad burn on his face, and of course, a week or two later was his baptism. So here, this poor kid has all this, sunburned face and sores on his face, and but.
Looking back at it now, though, after all these years, does it make sense why I'm such a big metalhead? Like Slayer, Behemoth, does it make sense now? Baptism by fire first.
Yeah.
You just can't beat your dad in the background, just screaming out stuff.
Yeah. We're just celebrating Mother's Day. Mom, you should have a medal for being married to him.
Yeah. Of course, his dad wasn't a very good influence on him either. I remember taking him to dairy breakfast when he was a little squirt. And we were walking down the barn alley and turn around and he's peeing in the gutter. It's just like, oh, gosh, really? It's just... it just happens.
So I grew up. Well, beginning of my childhood, we lived on a pig farm, so pissing outside was just a customary thing.
Off the deck.
I learned how to pee in a pig barn. You know what I mean?
It just came natural. Yeah.
Well, even working even doing like farm work with like lid and stuff, and like working B&B, plumbing and barns. Still did it. And it's just natural. Every time I walk in that barn, I have to piss. It's welcome to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I just want to comment on everybody who is putting comments in the chat room. I'm reading every single one of these as we're going along. We don't have time. We can't put them all on here, obviously, but thank you very much for the memories you're putting on, for all the salutes to your mom and telling us about the moms in your world, whether it be your mom, whether it be a wife or a girlfriend or a sister or a daughter who's a mom. I love reading these stories. Thank you guys. Keep sharing them. This is why we wanted to have this. We wanted to let everybody have a chance to say thank you to moms of all types, all our moms in our world. So keep it up, guys. Thank you.
So
I'm going to try calling my mom here so I can find out if she's going to come on. Oh, never mind. She just texted me back. She's available whenever. Okay, so we're good.
all right.
I don't know. What about anything from, I guess, your perspective for me, I guess, as being your mom?
Mom, I have so many stories that should I tell the Mason City story or no? Leave that one out.
Oh, yeah. That's off limits.
I do get to hear that one later, though, right?
Yeah, maybe. I might. Maybe not. It's a good one. I mean, she's. I will say, like every time I'm with mom, like out doing something, it's never a dull moment. Even like like a couple years ago, we went to J. Henry and Sons. Then we went to Driftless Glen and ate lunch. That was a lot of fun. The memories like that, I'll never forget. But like as of stories, there's so many of them. But I think my favorite one though is we had that same van I broke the window on. We were parked in Sparta at Walmart, and she left her door open, her driver door open. We all went inside. We all went into Walmart. She left her driver door open, and we came out, and she blamed us for leaving her door open.
Because you guys always took so long getting out of the car.
Well,
and I must have just forgot to shut the door.
Yeah.
So in a sense, it was your fault.
In our defense, we do know that Wyatt is your son. He is probably the slowest human on the planet.
Yeah.
What have you learned from your mom, Louie? What's something you can take from the way you
after the Mason City situation? I learned what not to do in public.
Okay, I have to hear this story later. Or we just save it for next year when we're wrapping Christmas gifts, and Mom can tell me herself.
Yeah. Definitely hard work. Mom taught us that. Hard work, being determined to reach goals, and just I don't know, being selfless. Looking out for each other, and just typical. The brother aspect of always being there for your brothers, being there for family. And I'm always there for these guys that drop the hat, and I learned that from these guys for always being there for us to drop the hat. So, and then obviously the things what not to do in public. Not forgetting frozen fish. Learned that one.
Oh, that's a good story.
Yeah, Christmas. Yeah, that's two good Christmas stories. I can probably wrap in them. But we're on our way to Christmas at my Aunt Donna's. Her dad liked to say Aunt Satan's. And my cousin Ben is doing a taxidermy project. And Mom, obviously, she worked for USGS, big into the fisheries and all that stuff, and she had access to all these fish. So she got fish for Ben to do some taxidermy. We got just outside of Melvina, and just like nobody just said a word, nothing. All we hear is, "Oh, the fish!" Just screams it like quiet in the car, and she just erupts. "Oh, the fish!" Oh, that's great.
We turned around and went back and got it.
And then a story to tie into like always being there for each other. Oh, we had a Christmas morning incident. Mom probably knows where the rest is going because where it happened is actually, if you look at the screen over her right shoulder, is where this all went down. My two brothers, Wyatt and Eric. Wyatt is a past member for RBC Wisconsin, and Eric, he is in Minnesota. But yeah, Christmas morning, obviously we all get, Eric would always wake us up. The presents are here. We look through our stockings. We get up and start going through our stockings. And we always have like a DVD and candy in there. And I'll never forget because it all ties together. I got the Crocodile Hunter DVD that year. The Steve Irwin Crocodile Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And so I take it out. I'm gonna go on my PS2 and watch this movie because I love the Crocodile Hunter. And I hear like Wyatt and Eric just like rustling. You know what I mean? Just like something's going on. And all of a sudden I hear a fucking thud. Boom. And I hear Eric just start crying, and then runs upstairs. And I remember I got walked out like, what just happened? And I see a fucking pile of blood like on the floor behind her right shoulder. Wyatt and Eric got into a full fucking fight over plastic candy cane full of
The
M&Ms.
M&M candy canes.
M&M, yeah. just freaking unbelievable. Like just full of blood everywhere. Eric, Christmas morning, had to go get, I forget how many stitches.
Yeah, I don't remember either. 7 or whatever it was. Yeah. Maybe more.
Back of his head. Just another day in the Schreier household. Christmas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was Stitch after that.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Luke was his appendix.
Yeah, my appendix.
The appendix.
I was an adult, though. You know what I mean?
You were an adult, but you're still my son. We went up north. Yeah, it was Labor Day weekend, and the rest of the family went up north. Luke was working at TC. Where were you working then? Security or?
Yeah, I was working security at WTC.
Yeah. So anyway, we went up north last getaway at a cabin up in Cable, Wisconsin, and yeah, Luke was having stomach pains, wasn't feeling well after we had left though.
No, it all happened. It happened overnight.
It just happened overnight. Yeah.
Yeah, it just happened overnight. I didn't say that. I just had it just happened so quick. I literally. I mean, you guys are gone. I had Zach Comer over, and I think Michael Larson was over, and a couple other guys. And we went to IGA. We got some White Castle sliders, and just some junk food. And they had live UFC fights back then on FX channel. Not FX, it was Spike TV back then. And we had all this fucking junk food, and I'm not saying that caused it. I'm not even saying that the Lost Lake beer we drank caused it. It probably did. But yeah, we had all that stuff going on, and I woke up at like 1:30 in the morning I literally felt like a knife in my side. And yeah, the rest was history. Long story short, they stopped and got ice cream, and their son was in surgery. And the first thing Dad said to me was, "Yeah, we were on the way back. We had to stop and get ice cream, even though we knew you were in surgery." Like,
Hey, Jess, you want to come up?
Oh, she's gonna show off her favorite kid right here, everybody.
Our new puppy. Say hi, Jessie. Say hi.
Hello.
But yeah, I think Darren, you want to try to get your mom on the phone and
Yeah, I can do that.
We can let old Teresa have the rest of her night with her dog. And
Thank you for joining us. It was
Well, yes, thanks for having me.
thank you, Mom.
and happy Mother's Day, and thank you for
Well,
putting
thank
up
you.
with Louis as long as you
Oh
have.
yeah, he's been a blast, and we're proud of who he's grown up to be and what he's doing. So
Should
all
be.
right.
He's a good man. He's a good
Yeah.
man. But thank you very much, and happy
All
Mother's
right.
Day to you.
Thank you. Bye. How do I get it?
I'm getting you. Sorry,
Okay.
my mouse locked up because I've been AWOL. There we go.
Hello. How are you? What's that? How are you? Okay. I'm gonna put you on speakerphone here for a little bit. We're gonna have you on for about 10 minutes or so just to ask some questions and talk for a little bit and have some fun, okay? All right. Can you hear me?
Good.
Let's take it off mute. Let's try that again.
Okay.
Mom, can you say something? Mom, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Sorry. Can you hear her?
I can hear her a little bit. It's kind of staticky, but
Yeah, that's about as good as we're gonna get it for now, I guess. So, hi, Mom. Welcome to the Hour of the Wolf podcast. We have about 12,000 people in the room right now that are listening. So don't be shy or bashful. We're gonna have some fun. Is it coming through all right, Louis, or not?
it's a little bit quiet. But can you maybe hold it up to the microphone?
Which side is the speaker on? Okay, let's try that. All right, Mom. Got a little better? Not really.
Not really. No.
You want me to yell?
Oh, that's a
You-
lot better right there. That's better right there.
That's better right there.
Yep.
All right. No, you don't have to yell, Mom.
Don't have to yell. So we're kind of trying to get stories out of mothers.
Oh shit! I just realized. Hold on, she can't hear you because I have my earbuds in.
Oh,
Hold
could
on a
you?
Yep. Stop laughing at me. Hold on a second. Let's take the earbuds out.
There we go. That might help.
This might be a complete disaster here.
You hear me?
Second. Audio. Speaker. Default. All right, try saying something, Louis.
Hello, you hear me?
Can you hear Louis, Mom?
No.
No. How about now? Better?
Oh, yeah. I can hear
Okay.
you up there.
Hello.
Hello.
We're looking for stories from about your kid. Any way you can tell us a good Darren story?
Good down story. He's got lots of them. Well, he had a different hair when he was younger. He had long hair. And then he chopped it off. I don't know what he did. I don't know too many stories. I'm sorry.
Okay. We're putting you on the spot, Mom. That's okay. Don't worry about it. We're putting you on the spot.
Well, it's, you know me. I keep losing my mine.
No.
Not mine. You know, I might have said one about Michelle or something.
That's fine.
Instead of
Nobody
you.
would know except me. Tell a Michelle story then.
My God. The only one I can think of is when she dressed up like Dolly Parton.
Well, who did I dress up as?
Don't know.
Bert.
You went over with.
Yeah,
You had
she
that-
dressed up as Dolly Parton. I dressed up as Burt Reynolds.
Yes, that was
Yes.
it.
And I won an award. What do you remember? What award I won?
Let's look in.
You did the makeup.
Yes. Well, I only put a mustache on you.
No, but you drew chest hair. I won best chest. You drew chest hair on.
Oh, did I?
Yes, you did.
Oh God, I didn't remember that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, Mom. We're putting you on the spot a little bit. We're just having some fun. That. Don't worry about it.
I'm not.
You're not worried about anything, are you?
Me.
You, yeah.
Yeah, no.
I can't remember the concert. Remember your first concert you wanted to go to? She won't let you go. I can't remember the band.
Well, she let me go see Kiss. You wouldn't let me go see the one after that. Judas Priest. You would not let me go see Judas Priest.
Okay, that's my next question. Why did you let Darren go see Judas Priest?
Oh, God. Don't know who they are. I'm sorry. That's most probably why I didn't let him go. Because I don't know who they are.
Was Darren a handful growing up?
Did you hear that one, Mom? Go
Was
ahead.
he a handful?
Yeah.
Yes, you were.
Yeah. I was a good kid. I was a good kid, wasn't I?
Yeah. No. I don't know. He was all right.
What a glowing endorsement. You were all right.
He was all right. Yeah.
You were always playing music,
That never changed.
you know.
I got that, but I got
No.
that. I got that from you and Dad. I mean, you guys. I grew up in. Dad was all Elvis Presley. You were all the Beatles, and there was always something playing at our house when I was growing up. So the love of music came from you guys, really.
Yeah, but we didn't go for you.
No, I took it up a notch, of course, but. I tell a lot of people a story. I remember, Mom, when we were, I don't know what year it was, but you and I were walking through Kmart, and I hadn't yet discovered that I really liked the music that I like now. And you probably won't remember this, but I remember it as clear as day. There was, and Louis, you'll remember the Ozzy "Speak of the Devil" album.
Yep.
On vinyl,
Yeah.
the fold out was him all covered in this fake blood with a midget standing next to him. And this was displayed fully right at Kmart. The whole thing was sitting out there like that. Mom, I remember you clear as day, Mom, asking me if I wanted that one at the time. I'm like, no, I don't think I want that.
You didn't.
Not at the time.
No.
Not at the time. Messed that all up, didn't I?
Could have said yes.
Mom, you're getting a lot of comments in of the 12,000 people that are watching this right now. There's a lot of comments in here. A lot of people are loving your accent. So go ahead and tell everybody a little bit, just a little brief thing about where you're from, if you would.
Okay, I'm from England.
Oh, shit.
Shut up,
Oh,
you
shit.
stupid.
Wow. Didn't see that coming.
No, you didn't, did you? I've been here since 71. So
No, Mom, I was born in 72.
you were.
So you've been here since 73 or 74.
Oh God, I don't know. Okay, then it was 73.
There we go.
That's when we came.
Yes.
You were 6 months old.
Hmm.
I had to bring you on a plane, and I've never been on a plane.
And you've been here ever since. You've been here.
I know. I've been here 50 years.
Yeah, 51, 52, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. I've gone home a couple of times.
Definitely have.
And you went home
Mm-hmm.
once.
Well, we used to
Well, more than once.
quite a few times, but yeah.
But I don't do anything now.
How big is the culture shock of being in England and being in Green Bay? I think is it a big difference being from England and like living in Green Bay?
I'm used to it now. When I first came over here, I was very like when you went to the bank, they used to have I think it was matches or something that you could pick up. You know, there was something you could pick up, and I was frightened to pick anything up because I thought I'd get arrested because they didn't do that in England, you know, and I had to learn a lot of stuff about America to become an American citizen.
Yeah. What year did you remember what year you roughly did that? Because I remember you going through all of the naturalization process. I remember you having to go down to Milwaukee to take the test.
Yeah,
When was
I
that?
did.
I was still in school, right?
Yes, you were still pretty young. I did it because if anything happened to your father, I wouldn't have any. I wouldn't be able to take you out to the country
Okay.
because your mum, your grandma and grandpa wouldn't, because I wasn't an American citizen. So
Okay, that's right.
but I hope our president isn't watching because he's sending people that are not.
Pause, Mom. Pause, Mom. Hold on.
We're not taking shots at Trump. I mean, it's okay if you do. It doesn't bother me, but I hate to get shut down.
Sweet. Oh God, I love you. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Mom, and I know this was kind of putting you on the spot a little bit. Louis, you got anything else to ask Mama Q before she pops off?
Oh, I have a question for you about her.
Okay.
So, what have you learned through your mom? Like, what made you into a better person because of your mother?
My mom and the people who know my mom know that she is the most outgoing person you'll ever meet. And I get her sense of humor and her outgoingness I get from her. We could be walking through a mall and perfect strangers. My mom will stop and talk for absolutely no reason, just to be nice. And she's done that since I was a little kid. And I've always loved that about her. So I got that from her.
Oh, thank you.
I get that in my sense of humor because, Mom, your sense of humor is kind of weird, just like mine.
Mine's really weird.
Yours is out there.
Yeah, I actually met your mom at your
You
birthday
did,
party.
yes.
I
Yeah,
sat right
Mom,
I sat right next to her at your birthday party.
Yep. Remember my birthday, 50th birthday party a couple of years ago, Mom? Louie was up here, sat right next to you when we had that at the park over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who you're talking to right now. You'd remember him if you saw him. Next time I stop over, I'll show you a picture of who Louie was. Maybe we'll watch the video over too, so you can see all your fans.
Yeah, a lot of them.
You are
I
absolutely.
I do remember her lighting up the room though. That she would talk and it just like she just draw everybody in. Like I have like zero experience with people from like England. You know what I mean? So like the accent like always like just dialed in. That's why like I love like show like Ted Lasso and stuff like that. I actually love the English accents. Like I remember I heard that I was like, she's not from here. She's from England. And that's actually the first time I ever knew that your mom was from England. I had no idea up until that point.
All right, Mom. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming on. I'm gonna mute the camera here, and I'll come say goodbye to you here in a quick second. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. I guess that's about it. So
yeah, thank you very much. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, have a nice night. You too.
Thanks, Mom.
So yeah, that was our mothers, and as promised, we're gonna scroll through. I tried to make a slideshow for everybody, but for whatever reason, the formats were not working out for the algorithm, as we will call it. So I'm gonna make a cheap way to do this to go through everybody's stories of their mothers. I gotta share screen.
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
But that was our mothers, and now all your guys' pictures we're kind of scroll through and get you guys front stage here. So
yes, definitely.
You know, Don and his mother. Yeah, again, I tried to make a slideshow for whatever reason. I could not get it to work out. Hatch from Texas. Him and his mother. Or wife. Thor. Toxic. We got 2 here from Panda.
Oh, look at Panda without a beard.
Looks like a baby.
Uh-huh. Christian?
He's been bald for a while, huh?
I don't know.
Mr. Beans.
Beans again.
Yep. King Karma.
Kentucky.
Bearded and established.
Bearded and established. Very nice.
Old Don again. And Aspen Wolf, here's a picture of my mom who is no longer with us. Old Jeff.
Thank you, everybody, for taking the time to post these pictures for us to share.
And sorry again for the slideshow. For whatever reason, it just was not taking anything. It would take 1/3 of the photos. And I felt like it would not give everybody justice if I just put up 1/3. So I figured we just scroll through Rachel
This
Pope.
works. This
Popus.
works.
JD from Kentucky. We got 2 year from Brink. William Browning. Old Fitz. What a slick hat. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Bon Scott going on. Or not Bon Scott, the Brian Johnson going on. Brian Johnson, where's that at?
Coop.
Bearded Coop. 1929 to 2011. One of our favorite places, Ocean City, New Jersey. And then Dean. I hope I don't click this and hit the link. Okay. .007. Old Jekyll.
Last week's guest.
Last week's guest. Big happy family. Good for him.
We saw some of them jumping on the screen last week.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did. Definitely did. A lively group. Chance. Hip Hop Anonymous. Him and his happy family. I love the sunflowers in that picture. I'm a big fan of sunflowers. Eric the Red. The other Don. Wisconsin's own Ben James. Valhalla. Ginger Wolf. He has 3 pictures here. Anthony's Anomalies. This is not his biological mom, but she's always been there when I needed her, and unfortunately, she is struggling with some of her health. But health or not, a mother figure is a mother figure. So thank you to her for being there for him. And Chris Bearden. Ken, his girlfriend. Taylor. There's 2 pictures here. One's of him and his family. And then the other one's his mother with a Jack and Coke. We are a big whiskey podcast. We got another one here from Beans, him and his family. I thought that was a braid there for a second.
It's not?
It might be. Beans, is that a braid?
Oh, on Beans? No. No, I don't think. No, that's a chain.
That's a chain. Randy. Couple happy kids there. Barrel Fawcett.
Bear,
And they planted some seeds in front of her therapy.
If I'm not mistaken, Bear goes to that home that his mom is at literally almost every single day. It seems like he's mentioning he's visiting there. So we can't take for granted. Can't take for granted. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Whisker and Mystery, and I love this. This is totally Wisconsin right here. Like Oh, you didn't go down there, Norskadalen. There's a place in Westby called Norskadalen that has a bunch of like rustic places there, like rustic houses like this.
I know Whiskers from Green Bay. That might actually be at Heritage Hill, if I'm not mistaken. That's right there in Green Bay too.
I love
Same type of thing.
So cool. I love the little buildings. And here's Chance, Smog. We got Rob. Old Scott. Me and Scott got the same thing going on. We both look like their moms. I look a lot like my mom, and Scott looks a lot like his mom.
You do.
Yeah. Mr. Smith. Big happy family. Heathen. Old Darren.
That's my mom there on the left that everybody heard on the one sitting under the purple shawl. That is my mom who was on the podcast before. That is my Aunt Jackie. That's her second youngest sister on the other side in the yellow.
Are they still in England?
Yes. All my three of my mom's sisters are in England. One of them's in South Africa.
Huh. That's a hell of a move. England, South Africa. That's got to be like the same distance, right? Damn, they're the same distance.
For us, no. It's if I wanted to go visit her in South Africa, that's a considerably longer flight. I think it's we get about a 7-hour flight to go visit England, and I can't remember what it was to South Africa. I want to say I looked into it once. I think it was 12 to 13 hours.
I don't know why my brain works like that. We totally got off track. Just Smokey. His mother passed away in January 2021. A few months after his wedding. The first picture is his mom. The second picture here is his wife. So, and Ken, we just went through one with his girlfriend, so we're gonna hold out and just do the mother.
He had his daughter there too. One of them was his daughter.
Okay, I'll click all three again.
Yeah, the second one was his daughter.
Okay,
that's his daughter right there.
Okay, I got this mic like right in my vision here, so just. Yeah, Anthony 222.
Mm-hmm. More Nevada.
And the Wisconsin's own Honey Badger.
Travis and his mom.
We got Chris from Wisconsin. And then Megan, Chris and Megan, the kids.
Mm-hmm.
His kids are a hoot. That's how they always are, too.
Pretty much.
All right. So that wraps up all those.
Brings it to the end?
Yep, that was the end.
Very nice.
Well, thank you guys for sharing those with us. And sorry I couldn't get a slideshow made, but I can't control formats and stuff like that.
Oh,
I shit you not. I literally spent $40 too in these apps to try to get something to work for me, and it did not work. So
that's okay. I think it worked the way we did it. Wasn't the perfect world, but I think it worked the way we did it. Thank you everybody for sharing those photos. And thank you for jumping in and being part of this. Yeah. This was fun. This was something that Louie and I talked about. I thought it'd be a little different to do, a little fun to do, and I think it turned out pretty nice. I had fun doing it.
Yeah.
My mom has already texted me again saying, "Did I do okay?" No, you really fucked up. I'm gonna reply.
No, she's a hoot. If anybody ever gets a chance to meet Darren's mom, she's literally the life of the party. She's at a place. She's great. Really knows how to warm up a room, and I could totally see that too. Your sense of humor is just lining up. She's wonderful.
That was a fun show, Louie. That was good.
It was fun. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there and the wives. And
Absolutely. Happy Mother's Day. Coming up in 2 weeks, we have Eat the Rich, episode number 8. We've got Neil Jones, who is he's Louisiana, right? Yes. Owner of Southern Delta Q, and we have Greg Fisher, who is a veteran-owned business here in Wisconsin called
Burn Pit Barbecue.
Burn Pit Barbecue. So we are going to have our kickoff to summer episode. We're going to be talking outdoor grilling, outdoor cooking, barbecue, smoking, anything. You guys bring your questions. A couple of guys who know what the hell they're talking about, know what they're doing. We're going to talk outdoor cooking for the summer. That is in 2 weeks on Sunday, May 18th. So tune in for that, guys. That's going to be a fun episode as well. Got some fun stuff coming up. We got another episode after that. We've got Andrew, who is hosting the Beard America competition coming up in July.
And also is the brains behind the intro song.
Yes.
Not the song, but the intro video.
He is the creator of our intro video, and he will be joining us our first episode in June to talk about Beard America coming up in July. So lots of good stuff coming up, guys. Lots of good stuff. We're having fun with it. So.
And before we get off, Ken, what's the like count? I thought I seen in here that we.
I think we did. I think we reached it, didn't we?
I thought we did, but 23. So we did hit the 20. Congratulations, Ken.
There we go.
And before we sign off, I just want to tell everybody that Sleep Token is not metal. It's gonna bother me. Yeah, seriously, I go through freaking Spotify and it comes a new metal. Fuck off. No, it's not.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
All right. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. And see you in a couple weeks.
Take care, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Take care, everyone.
And here comes the intro song, everybody. Chat, throw up flames. Flames or no song. Give me some flames. All right. Thank you, guys.
We're the renegades with beards on our chin. the chosen one.